Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about that new Lil Nas album entitled Montero. This dropped not too long ago. And it's, I guess, technically the debut album from Lil Nas. I know he put out an EP a couple of years ago. I think it was entitled the 7 EP. But I don't think that was, a proper commercial debut. So, uh, I'm sure if you're watching this, you're probably familiar with who Lil Nas is. Lil Nas X is. Um, but just for some context, I mean, he popped up seemingly out of nowhere when Old Town Road dropped, and that was a huge hit. And I remember at the time being fascinated by what a phenomenon the song was, and I remember a lot of people kind of doubting his ability to create a proper career and a successful one at that. But I think Lil Nas has managed to tap into something that I think not too many people have been doing so. And I feel like as he's a genuine pop star, he's been putting in a lot of work, working on his visuals, and there's a fair share of controversy that is kind of out there surrounding his name. And I just think he's a wholesome guy doing what he can to create really great music. So, yeah, just going to get right into the album. Montero has a total of 15 tracks on it, so I would say that this album is pretty thick. There's a lot to get into with this one. So, just to kick it off with track number one, Montero, Call Me By Your Name. This was that one of those singles that dropped on leading up to the release of the album. I think this song features a really catchy hook. I do enjoy the Latin flair on this song, and I also particularly enjoy the timbre of Lil Nas's voice. That was, I think, the one thing that has always captivated me about his music, is his voice is very, the way it's mixed for the most part. It always sits right in the center of the mix. Is very rich, and the production's always there to enhance it. So, yeah, pretty good song. Track number two, Dead Right Now. On this song, I felt like Lil Nas was flexing his lyricism. I do like his approach to writing hooks and melodies, and I guess just songwriting in general. I'm not sure if he writes his own melodies or if there's someone or a team maybe working with him and creating some of those melodies. Either way, kudos to everyone that's working with him on his music. This song feels like a really big flex to any doubters that Lil Nas has come across along the way. So it felt really cool. Track number three, Industry Baby, another single that Lil Nas had put out. This one features some clean trumpet samples. I assume they're samples. They could be synths. There's a lot of fun production, plenty of bars from Lil Nas himself. And Jack Harlow is featured on this song. I would say his feature is pretty solid. I also liked a little fun callback that was right at the very end of his verse. It felt like a callback to Computers by Roddy Rebel and Bobby Shmurda, if you've heard that song. If you hear both of these, you'll know what I'm talking about. Overall, a solid tune for sure. Track number four, That's What I Want. This one feels really lively, jovial. I remember in the beginning of hearing Lil Nas when he first popped out with Old Town Road. I remember feeling a little bit skeptical about his singing, but this song surely reminds me that he's got what it takes. He's got vocals, for sure. Track number five is not an actual song, more of an interlude or almost like a skit, if you want to call it that. It's just kind of like a sample of Lil Nas talking in what might be an interview or maybe just amongst friends. And it sheds light on how Lil Nas is feeling, I guess, at the time of when he was working on this album. You can tell that there's some uncertainty in his mind. And this interlude bleeds into the following track, which was really cool, which is entitled Scoop. I really like the pizzicato synths on this song. It opens the door for a lot of different groove and different rhythmic ideas. The production itself is really cool. And there's like this slight buzz that I hear when the kick drums hit. And I really like that as well. The hook is simple enough to, I think it would go crazy in a live setting, in a live performance. Doja Cat is featured on this song, and I would say that her feature adds a lot of character to the song. and it adds some, I guess, like some sauce to the tune. Overall, that is I would say, a really decent song. I expect to hear that one a lot as the year goes on. Track number 7, One of Me. I would say that this song sums up the strife of the artist, the struggle of what it is to be an artist, especially nowadays. There's always a lot of eyes on you, it seems, and it's really difficult to find that balance between retaining your artistic integrity, but also making smart business decisions and doing what you need to do to ensure that your career is successful and commercially viable and feasible. But anyway, apart from that, Elton John makes an appearance on this song, and I would say that his feature was lovely. It's just his piano playing, no singing from him that I could hear. But it was a really great performance from him, so really beautiful. Track number 8, Lost in the Citadel. This one features some airy production, which I wasn't necessarily expecting to hear in a Lil Nas song, but it was cool. There were some thick, rich drums that were mixed with guitars. I think it makes for a really cool pop tune, so I thought that one was really nice. Track number 9, Dollar Sign Slime. This song features some synthy brass that kicks off the tune. There's some heavy 808s there, and it really feels like, as I was listening to this song, I got a sense that Lil Nas is starting to come into his own, particularly on this song. The confidence that I hear in his delivery when he's rapping feels really cool. It's really nice to hear that he probably feels more comfortable with what he's doing, and you can really hear it in his performance. Megan Thee Stallion is featured on this song, and while her feature does feel brief, it felt like a highlight, not only on the song but on the album as well. And it led me to wonder what other collaborations might be in store for Lil Nas. Another solid song, honestly. Track number 10, Tales of Dominica, features some beautiful, or a beautiful guitar sample, I'm assuming. It could be a performance as well. But there's also some interesting, like a vocoder thrown onto Lil Nas's vocals on this song, for the hook, at least. I would say that the performance is wonderful, especially at the end of the song. And I like this one. I don't know. It sticks out to me. Track number 11, Sun Goes Down. This one feels like a sad but triumphant tune. There's some beautiful melodies on here, and the production itself is really nice. Subdued drums serve their purpose, and they give that song the motion that it needs, for sure. Track number 12, Void. This one features some low-key, really minimal percussion. There's a mesmerizing plucked sample, some kind of plucked instrument. I did notice that his vocals do get a little weird, Lil Nas, when he starts hitting some of those higher notes in falsetto. I don't know if it's because of the processing or the mixing of the vocals, or if it's maybe some kind of auto-tune that's thrown on there, like Melodyne or something. It just sounded weird to me. But it's just like one note. It's literally one note. But anyway, the drums in the later stretch of the song are really lively, and they felt acoustic to me. So this was a beautiful tune. I really liked it. Track number 13, Don't Want It. I do love the production and the tonality of this song. It feels powerful. It feels huge, and like the presence felt really big. The vocals are dry, but the sauce of the production engulfed those vocals perfectly. And I would say that this song was a big highlight for me. It almost felt like a victory lap for Lil Nas. Track number 14, Life After Salem. This one was huge rock anthem energy, for sure. Emotionally, listening to this song felt kind of like carrying around a backpack that's full of rocks. I really enjoyed the guitar tones that were used on this song. One thing that I did notice was that his vocals feel a bit awkward during the crescendo of the chorus. It's not bad, but there was something about the refrain that did feel a bit off, a bit strange. Overall, this is a cool tune and another really big highlight for me from this project. Finally, the closing track on the album, entitled Am I Dreaming? This was a really poignant song featuring great vocals from Lil Nas. Miley Cyrus makes an appearance on this song, and her vocals are really solid as well. This tune felt like it was full of sorrow. I felt like it nearly was going to bring me to tears. There was little to no percussion on this song, but that's fine because the vocals are the focus and they carry this song easily. The ostinato and the guitars, kept the song moving along, and forces the listener to sit back and just take in the lyrics of the song. Overall, I would say that this album was really good. I really enjoyed a lot of Lil Nas's lyricism, the melodies, the hooks. Everything is engaging. I feel like every song on this album was just captivating. And I'm excited to see what he does next. I'm really rooting for the kid, and I want to see him do well. I want to see him succeed. So I'm really happy that he put out a really solid project. So I'm just looking forward to see what music he continues to make. Anyhow, if you've watched this far, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support, and if you've got music that you want to share with me, literally just send me a link or something, and I will check it out, and I'll let you know what I think if you want me to tell you what I think. But yeah, anyway, hope you're having a great day, and I appreciate it.